take out the salt, and it'll be totally drinkable and totally usable for all types of plantings. So currently, that's what we're working on. We're trying to see what we can do to help them establish that. They have a grant right now that they're working on. There's a gentleman here from Illinois, actually from Peoria area, that graduated from U of I, that is actually in lieu right now, or in process, excuse me, of coming down to the island to begin to teach these processes. The next step, though, is to be able to raise the funds to be able to provide the raised bed gardening products, as far as all the wood, since it's not using soil, finding the things that we need to be able to establish these types of gardens and also provide the fresh water at the same time. So it's a big project. Our trip was just to go to see the need and to begin that process. There's a number of people here in the U.S. that are working together right now to help this all come together. And so here in the middle of all of the resorts and everything else is a place that has a lot of needs, just like we have here in the U.S. So today I basically just wanted to give you a sort of a hint and an idea of what's going on there. And so if you ever think about the Bahamas, don't just think about the Atlantis or think about places like that, but understand that there's also a lot of needs there as well. And so I don't know if there's any questions. I'd be glad to answer, and I know we're getting close in time here, if not past. I haven't looked at the, yep, we're right there. Is there any questions whatsoever? Yeah.
Greg, is Long Island part, does Bahamas have a central government, and how does that?
They do have a central government, yes. The biggest thing with that is, in fact, we had a chance to meet with the gentleman that is the potential new president for the Bahamas in the next few years. We had talked with him briefly, and the way that the government works there, they do their best to try to take care of as many islands as they can, but their funding is extremely low. They don't have much money to work with, and so islands like Long Island, because it's not a big tourist area, what ends up happening is they're low on the totem pole. Their schools don't get funding. They don't have, like we take for granted, sports and music and things like that. They don't have that unless someone just volunteers. So, any other questions? Yeah.
You talked about they were going to put up a steel building for a shelter. Can those really withstand a hurricane?
They can. What they were looking at, they were going through a couple of different companies. This one company that they were looking at actually builds a structure that has a strong enough, it's not going to be like aluminum, so it's actually going to be a heavier grade. And so they said that the particular grade they were going to use, and I don't have the specs on it, but they said that was hurricane proof. So.
Will it withstand the salt air?
They said yes. They said it would. Because that is a common problem there. If you have a car, it goes pretty fast because of the salt. So they said that this would because of the way they would treat it. So, any other questions? All right. Well, I appreciate you letting me come today and for your time.